Good evening. Starting 1 minute early, aka 29 minutes late. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody is having a great Third Rail Thursday. Um, I'm gonna be completely honest here and admit that I am a complete ham shamble currently. I'm always kind of a ham shamble, right? But definitely tonight. Definitely today well, mostly just tonight. Um geez, yeah. So I apologize for pushing this half an hour out. I know usually of course we start at 8. Um I'll get into it a little bit. Let's just say hello to everybody. Wigwag, how you doing? Eminem Rails, Trackside Mike. I had bacon earlier, no bacon now. Roger, how's it going? Bubs, what's up? Brad's in here. Um, no bacon, no bacon on the layout tonight. Yeah, I did that once, like maybe 2 years ago, and I think I mentioned in a comment like the bacon had fallen, like caught something on the underneath reversing loop, and I didn't know about it, and the cats were going absolutely nuts, and it was a whole thing. Yeah. Other than that, let's see here. I always struggle with finding my own lives when I'm trying to see like from my own like from my iPad, so I can look at the comments easier. I don't know. Is there an easy way that I can go to like my profile and see? Because it's not showing up in my lives. Yeah, sometimes it just comes up on the home channel. I need an adult. Oh goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay. Well, while I struggle through with this, let me try to coherently just kind of mention what's going on. Oh, I found my live. Here we go. Gonna have to turn down the volume and pause it. Cool. All right. Bubs. I played on and off, and I'm kind of waiting until more content comes out. But maybe we should try to link up sometime. Sorry, I'm just slurping on some water. You probably hear all the gruesome details. Okay. Um. So, what am I doing here? Long story short, my son, who is 2 years old now, has had 11 ear infections since September, and he's got fluid in his behind his eardrums, and we've been just fighting it. He keeps getting the infections because of fluid. He's a really happy kid, really, really sweet kid. But he just gets taken down by these infections, and we struggled with the local children's hospital, um, and they were telling us it was going to be about a year to 10 months, and like that's a long time considering he gets ear infections pretty much a week after he gets off the antibiotics. Is the kind of the current situation, and this has been going on since September. So my wife and I, we've missed a lot of work and a lot of appointments, and I'm just muting everything here. There we go. And it's been tough because you know it's been pretty fantastic and problem free other than these ear infections. So yeah, Wigwig. I actually, I so I, yeah, guys, I had the same thing. And so it's basically you've got a drainage tube, obviously built in, but as a kid, it's more horizontal than vertical, and so it doesn't drain. So When I was a kid, I was never given tubes. I was just given antibiotics nonstop for years, and I'm actually antibiotic resistant now, which is a big problem for when I get sick with something. And we're heading down that road with him. Obviously, we're pumping him full of like Advil and Tylenol, which we don't want to do. Not that we're like against medication or anything like that, but it's just you don't want to give your kid stuff constantly, right? I'm just turning off the main lights here. So oh, I didn't notice in the background, but a little sneak peek. Um, geez, quick, quick. Did they put it on the front or the back, or no? I'm just kidding. But yeah, so we want to get them tubes, and the local children's hospital is telling us like a year. So we've been going to community like ENTs and getting tests done on the side, paying out of pocket, that kind of stuff, which is fine, but it's still a lengthy process. And we finally got all that done, and we went and saw the ENT today for a follow up because we confirmed that he has hearing loss and a speech delay. And much like I did, I had to go to speech therapy, had a whole lisp and everything, speech impediment, all that good stuff. Um, and he's going down. It's heartbreaking, right? Like, I don't know how many of you guys have kids, but to see your kid go through stuff. Hold on, action shot coming up. Oh, hold on. I just gotta pause the story just yeah. I got the dual steamers running real tight together. They I don't know how often I'm gonna consist them like this, but once I got them dialed in, I've just been running them together, doing laps and not a lot of switching, like dropping stuff off for switching. And I'll show the expansion here in a little bit because I want to show that off a little bit more flushed out than the video showed. But the two steamers, and I have a story about that too that it, that I'll get into. I'm pretty wound up from today, so I'm gonna like this is nonstop talking. Uh, I do want to try to incorporate some background music at some point. Maybe I'll try to do that for next time. But I literally showed up 5 minutes down here before like 8:30 and plugged my camera and stuff in. So anyway, so we found out we got the results and we talked to ENT and he's like, yeah, okay, well, I confirmed I'm gonna do the surgery, but it's gonna be maybe about 4 months. And so we're like, okay, well, damn, like better than 10 months, I guess, just for a test. So okay, we're doing everything we can, so let's go. And uh we're in the parking lot loading them up, and we get a call from the office being like, hey, there's a cancellation for tomorrow, like we're gonna call the hospital, but we might be able to get them in for surgery tomorrow. And we're like, what? So of course we're trying not to get our hopes up, and they call us back and they're like, yeah, it's like a 99% chance. And then they called us. It was snowing like crazy. I played a great game of Where's the Road At on the way home, and because we took separate cars because it's super complicated. Her car's in the shop. She has my parents' SUV. Just really kind of crazy, but um, oh. Oh yeah, okay. I was like, the signal changed, but I don't see it. It's just because it's slow. Um, so I was at work and wet. So anyways, it was kind of a crazy ride home, and then I had to pick her car up from the shop and get a drive there, and then I was gonna try to drop my mom's SUV off, and anyways, it was just crazy. And then my wife couldn't find her wallet, and we didn't know maybe if she left it in auto like the city, and oh, it was just crazy. So by the time dad duties was done and cleaning up, and there was just like I was still feeding him at like 8 o'clock. So there was no way I was gonna make that. So Um, I appreciate everybody being patient, and I'm just I'm completely unorganized, which is pretty normal for me. This is kind of how it was back when I did Third Rail Thursdays. Every month, as I zero preparation, no content, No plan, just coming in here, just flying by the seat of my pants. Which is always fun, right? Hey, Chris. Hey, our friend from Sweden is back. Welcome. Is that 2 a.m.? Oh, how do you get to fit Steven? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be hard, eh? If your 1 year is lower, yeah, that'd be wild. Here we go. Okay, here, let's focus up there. Oh, and I hit the camera. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so just kind of nutso. But it looks like end is in sight. Hopefully tomorrow. So yeah, but Tim, see, I feel like you're like kind of special because like you're just like, oh, what am I gonna do today? I'll graffiti something else, and like it's good every single time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. th- I guess one could make the argument too that like watching trains run on somebody else's layout is always kind of fun. I'm gonna move the camera here. Try to be slowly. We're gonna see it coming up. What have I done other than this expansion here? There's my little work desk. No lights on at the moment, but haven't made any more progress on the 50-foot flat car. The GP35s, I have torn them down and I've ordered parts and I have the parts, and in fact I've had those for about a month now. I just haven't gotten to releasing the video of the teardown, and just haven't kind of picked away at the project whatsoever. Yes, 15-inch radius. That's right. Uh, yeah, it's the modules are 3 feet, so 36 inches, and then the main line is 3 inches inward. So that gives us 15, and things run pretty good. I think I've got a 14 and a half in a couple of spots, but yeah, things run good. Some things run good. I'm gonna lift this up a little bit more here, boyos, and any girlios that are watching. All right, so yeah, here's the expansion. Kind of covered everything on the video, but 6 car industry. I've actually got the ITLA wood kit, so you can see I kind of put up some paper and cardboard just to kind of get a feel, get the spacing right. Um, so it's gonna look something like that, but it's gonna occupy the entire module. Um, so I have it. I ordered it. I got it. I haven't opened it up. Honestly, I've been so busy and just work is absolutely crazy. Um, yeah, yeah. It's true. I know I kind of go back on this most streams, but you try to talk to people or look on forums about 18 or less inch radius, and a lot of the people's responses are like, "Oh no, it's not worth it. Just if you can't have 30-inch radius, uh, get out of here." Or 22, and I do see. I do see what they're saying in a way because you sacrifice things, right? With the smaller radius, like for example, 50-foot cars, like do they work? Yes, a lot of them would do. Like I had a couple of box cars and stuff, and they would run um on the curves, but they look terrible. They just don't look good. So you kind of got to tailor your expectations a little bit, but definitely can be done. But yeah, sorry, this expansion, I've got the ITLA kit, haven't even opened it. I think it's gonna be a huge project, and I've kind of just been not out of trains. I've still been running the trains, but I've just kind of been not working on the trains. I kind of just want to come home and sorry, autofocus back on so you guys can actually see. No, Bubs, like, well, probably not. So it's funny. So a long time ago, Chris brought over a couple of things, and like none of his stuff would run. I think Mark brought over maybe a couple of things, and only a little four-axle switcher ran. But my brother-in-law brought over. He has some. He has that SD9, I want to say, on my other that was on my old layout for a little while. It's a six axle. I think it's just an Atheron. It's like the high hood with the. I think it's an SD9, and he painted it black for Norfolk and Western. And surprisingly, it runs. Hey James, what is the name of the ITLA kit? Chris, it's the module. It's the modular kit. Uh, that I base these off of. So I do mention it in the video with the expansion. I think I might talk more about it in depth, but it's not a specific kit. It's I called it a kit. My bad. Uh, but it's actually just the modular 3-inch walls. Um, and so they come in the 3-inch sections, and then you have the 1.5-inch depth sections that I've got. You can't. I don't know if you can kind of see it super well from that angle, but if I come over here and apparently wreck the place, holy cannoli! And I zoom in like this, and then the camera doesn't focus, but then it does, where you actually see it say ITLA, that kind of plain part that actually comes out towards the track. Like, I don't know, I can't see what I'm doing right now, but this is right up against the board, and then it comes out an inch and a half, and this part's closer to the track. And then I plan on having the other modules all the way down. So I think I have about 12 modules, maybe 10, and then I've got a set of the inch and a half um, kind of separators. And hey, Dwight Tuna Can Curly just joined the chat. Welcome, welcome. Um, and yeah, I'm excited for it, but it's super daunting. I was like, it's a wood kit as well. When I was like getting ready to buy it, I was like, I'm gonna knock this out. I can't wait. I can't wait. And then I got it, and I just am so intimidated. But I do want to sit down and start going, because um, I really want this side of the layout to come to life. Something that I've also been kind of mulling over in my mind is this building right here. I hate it. I really don't like it. It's a Walther's kit. I think it's a canning factory because it comes with that little separate house. Um, yeah, yeah. The ITLA stuff is gorgeous. I have some of their. I got their wood decking, the flat car wood decking. Uh, that actually. So I bought the Athearn 40 foots and put them on. But what I did is I got I think it was a Walther's 52 foot, and I threw it on. This is a Walther's 50 foot, and I just cut it down to size. And if I ask this to focus, like, that's not weathered. So this is the project Walther's 50 foot flat card that I have the project series on. I want to darken it, but it looks fantastic even not darkened. I think it looks really really good. And I've got some of their detailing kits as well. Like, I think this uh, signal box here. This is actually made out of wood, and you just kind of glue some layers together, and then I just spray painted it, and it was awesome. I'd buy more. Compared to actually, I bought GLX models because I'm doing the GP35, so I got some GLX parts. Um, and so to compare, actually, this is a GLX 3D printed on the left and the wood spray painted on the right. Now, I haven't spray painted the left yet. Um, they're both not bad, but I definitely prefer the wood one, to be honest. And I think the price were pretty much the same. So I find that pretty interesting. I know 3D printing is huge right now, and plastic's always been kind of the go-to. But I really like working with the wood kits, which brings me back to this stupid kit. This oh this damn kit. I yeah, like it's still not done. Like I've done the other ones went together fine, excluding the kind of kit bash project I did with the engine house, which is is fine as well. Um, maybe it didn't go together well. Like the instructions are like, oh yeah, just just put the wood decking here. Yeah, just glue it, and it like doesn't fit right, and then the roof is warped and doesn't fit right, and I just I don't love it. I don't like it's just it doesn't go together great, and I do find it a smidge big for the area. So I'm gonna leave it, but I'm not putting any more work into it right now. And I think what I might do is just kind of keep my eyes peeled for something else. Um, yeah, and that little black building, that's a kit bash too. It's not bad, and this kind of building here was a 3D print that my brother-in-law did for me, and it turned out really really good. I really like that. He painted it up and everything. So, but yeah, speaking of the signal the thing I just talked about and can't remember the name of, the signal cabinet, that's not what I called it. I don't remember what I called it. Oh, but close enough. Um Tim, one of these days when we meet, I'm just gonna either bring you like oh, sorry guys, everything I own, or we're gonna have to figure something out, or I'm gonna just have to sit down and watch all of your videos, and binge every single one in a row and try to do it myself because I it's something I do want to try, like not a lot because um I just don't think it would suit the lore of my layout, but I would love to do some on some cars and then some buildings, and yeah, your videos are super sick, so I think that's obvious. Yeah. Anyways, the signal box. Um, this is where I'm going to put another signal, or approximately here, because what I'm thinking of, and oh geez, so I bought this whiteboard, right? And it's like things to do, things to buy. Let's talk about that because that leads into this. Okay, things to buy. I like the Walthers Proto 33 inch wheel sets. Really like those, and so I'd like to buy two or three sets of those. I just have two. I want to buy two more signals and two more switches, and then just some extra KD 148s because, as I said, I pretty much retrofitted, or not retrofitted, but I fitted everything with 158s, and things run great. But when I got the steamers, one steamer had 148s, one had 158s, and the 158s are more prototypical, but they're smaller. And for the 4% grades, just at the top of the top incline, um, I used to have a lot of coupling problems, and now I don't. But I did with the two steamers together. So I replaced the old one with 148s, and now they don't uncouple, which is sick. But I like having some on hand, just in case anything gives me problems. I can just um okay. So to do, look at the expansion signal. So can be um basically I'm considering uh, okay. you can see that I'm looking into tortoise switch machines, right? I've always um I've always been bouncing back and forth between fitting the layout with tortoise switch machines, and I think I've kind of talked about that before. But for anybody who has done that on an already done layout, now I don't have ballast, but the idea of ripping up all of my turnouts and mounting the tortoises and putting everything back really isn't something I want to do. Um, because I think it's going to cause more problems than it's going to fix. So then I kind of compromised and said, okay, well, I've got a couple of the turnouts that, and I know I'm getting back to the signal story. I am. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna take this out because it's got like a monopod I can hold on to. So I'm gonna try it, except the power cable is wrapped around my tripod. So there we go. All right, you're with me. So I've got some hard to reach turnouts. That one's not too bad because you can kind of reach it diagonally, but that's definitely right now prime candidate for a tortoise. It's the newest one I put in. I could easily unsolder those rail joiners and throw it in. The problem is the like there's the board underneath, right? So if we zoom all the way out, this is where the bottom part is. Like it's not that high, right? It's only like 4 inches, 4.5, I don't know, something like that. So, and there's track underneath, right? Because I've got the loop underneath. So I can't just willy nilly throw some tortoises underneath. So I got to get remote mounting for that one. Now, where the steamers are going over now, there's the first one, which is tortoise controlled because it's the reversing one. And I do have the override switch here, but it's controlled by the infrared sensors, right? So that's why the train can just go around in circles by itself because I've got two sets of those, one on here, the exact same setup at the bottom. But we've got the two switches here, and they can be tricky. Like I'm 6 foot and I can reach, but the problem is as I fill in this area, um, the arm fat and the armpit hair catch on stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure, right? I really and like even here, right? Like it's fine, but as there's more tracks I detail, I'm like, "Argh." But it'd probably be those three. And then back here is hard, okay? Because people, you can't really see this easily. Like I know it's there, so I can just reach, right? And it's right here. And then again, with some of this detail, and poor Mark and Chris, they come over, they have no idea how this double slip works. But there's that. And then the other two would be this one's not too bad right here, but it's that guy. Now, I can just walk over here. Ooh, do I have the technology to do this? I do. I can just walk over here, boom, and that's what I do. And I kind of like it because it's more involved, right? And I kind of pulled the guys and my brother-in-law because Chris, Mark, and Nathan, they're the only ones who've come over and run trains. And I said, thinking about operating the layout, how do you guys feel about the need to throw the turnouts manually? Like if I had a yard, panel down here or up here with switches, would that take away from actually, switching the layout? And they pretty much said they like switching it manually and they think it wouldn't really gain anything by adding the tortoises, except for a lot of problems that I would have to do. Sorry, I haven't been looking at chat. Giftless. Oh my god. Do not. Yeah, and don't get Chris started with the double slip. He'll get confused. Um but anyway, so I'm not going to do all of them, but if I am going to do any, it's going to be like 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Which is why we've got 7 over there. But I don't know. But I may do one, and I may do that fresh one because if I move this tripod, like the cool thing about the expansion, and this was kind of unintentional, but worked out really sick. Let's just come over here, guys. Oh, pop a squat, turn on the lights. Got a little fan here for when I'm soldering. I can blow the smoke directly into my eyes. It's awesome. I can flip all the switches sitting down, except for the one off the main line, which is why I'm like, have another little switch here. Boom, boom. Then you can do it everything. And then if I do that, I can automate the signal to become red when that is switched into the industry, so that a train, because right now when I switch the industry, the requirement to switch the industry is, again, like, the requirement is to flip the reversing loop bypass, so that instead of going straight, all oncoming mainline trains come this way and can stop. And that way you have a little bit of a switching lead. Um, and so I kinda am playing around with the idea if I can wire it up. If I do something like that, I can definitely wire up the signal to become red. It'd be the exact same as this. Speaking of which, I'm gonna replace this with a single spotlight. Over there, it makes sense, because it acts as you're going against the turnout, the mainline setting. So it kind of I can kind of cheese it a little bit and say, yeah, that makes sense that there's a double signal over there. You guys can't even see. But like that guy there, that gives turnout position. But so does this one. But this one doesn't really make as much sense. I don't know. But I kind of thought, well, maybe I'll just replace it with a single spotlight, and then buy two, throw one there. But now I'm kind of like, well, I wonder if what I can do is wire up this whole double throw switch if I make that a tortoise, and run the second leads to trigger the same bypass as that switch does. So basically, that switch would only do the bypass, whereas the switch here would do both the industry and the bypass, as well as turn the signal red. So I'm kind of goofing around with that in my head. I don't know if I want to do something like that. Um, sorry. What did you use for roads? What did I use for roads? I used drywall plaster and painted them. I eyeballed it. I think I used 3.5 inch, which is a 2-lane road, and yeah, can I automated the double slip. So I actually totally thought about that, and that would be something I could 100% do if I did, um, add tortoises. But it's looking like I'm not gonna. So you're just gonna have to figure out how to use them, man. So yeah, save that for a total rebuild. That's pretty much where I'm slowly getting myself, is like, because the thing is, I get all excited. I'm sure you guys can relate, right? You get all excited and you're like, whoa, this new idea that I can implement. And maybe it's like a legit good idea. Maybe it's just a great excuse to spend money, like whatever. But you get super amped about it. But then, like the way I do it is, I go and I start talking myself out of it, and I'm sure the poor guys must hate it because all they see, I'm gonna put you back in the tripod so I don't give anybody motion sickness. All the poor guys see in the group chat is me being like, me just talking to myself, like, oh, this is what I'm thinking, blah blah blah. And like 10 minutes later, I'm like, no, actually I've changed my mind, I'm gonna do this. And then like half an hour later, it's like, no guys, I'm not gonna do it. You know, and they put up with me, and I appreciate that. But yeah, they're Pico. Yeah, all my turnouts, including the double slips, are Pico, and all my track is Code 100 Atlas Flex Track. That's all I use, is just Code 100 Atlas, and technically, I guess it's Code 100 double O slash HO Pico turnouts. That's a cool little scene. That came together really sick. I can't wait to add more. I know Chris is gonna be like, "Where's the green grass?" All right, mods, ban Chris. No, I'm just kidding. Chris, you're a mod. Ban yourself, please. What camera do I have? It is it's the Canon EOS 250D, which I think is the Rebel 3 or something in America, but I got like it's the European version because it's cheaper, but it's literally the same thing. But when I looked at it, it was like $50 cheaper and literally had the same stats and works the exact same. So I got the 250D. The only thing I don't like is like the autofocus is it's good, but it's not great, and it also makes an audible sound. Um, so when I can control it, like it's not bad. Like I can click here and I can focus on the steam engines and it's like tracking the tender right now, which is cool. And then like I can turn it off or I can like say like look here and then I can turn it off so it always focuses the same spot where it'll focus the car going over the crossing, which is great. But when I want to just kind of leave it, it kind of freaks out a little bit. Um, and so, like during my videos when I'm taking some footage, I end up having to do things over because like it'll autofocus onto something else if I'm not careful, which is a real pain. Yeah, the Code 100, you know what? I know the rail's bigger and it looks less prototypical. I don't think it looks bad personally, and we'll see with Ballast, but my thought was because of the tight curves, the extra rail height may give me a little bit more, tolerance for problems. And I don't have problems. So I know the guys a big complaint with the code 80. Um, it is 80, right? Code 80, 83. Sorry, code 83 for HO. Yeah. Is the whiskers catch on them a little easier? Now I do bend my whiskers. Every whisker I bend up just a smidge. Not a lot, but I do bend them a little bit because they catch on the crossings like that one. And as we see, like this guy here, because I've just customly made these crossings out of matchsticks. I got this idea from Chris, go via go home. So um it's try manual focus. I've never tried manual focus. Maybe I'll play with that, Tim, you know. Because it does have a switch, right, to manually focus things. um so maybe I will try that because I honestly have not. So I think I used Code 80 N scale as well, Tim, when I tried N scale, those dark days. But yeah, like that. I think that's a lot of it too. Is just finding what's available because with turnouts, just building the expansion, I needed how many did I need? Like I needed two lefts and three rights. Obviously, that can't be right. No, that's right. Yeah, two lefts, three rights, and I had to order from three separate places, um, just to get all of the turnouts. Hey, Chris, welcome back. I think you were in here earlier though. N scale is such. Okay, the thing I hated most about N scale, and I was reminded by this the other week when I was cleaning up down here, and I found a little baggie of the rail joiners. And I don't know how many times I would push the rail joiner in with my thumb and it would pierce my skin and stab me. It happened all the time. My thumb, the whole time I was doing N scale, like those couple of months, I think I did N scale for like 5, 6 months, and my thumb was entirely destroyed the entire time. Both of them. They just like the little friggin' knives, just little pins, like they're just so small. You'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna push it in, right? And you and just go into your thumb, and then there'd be blood, and it just. I mean, it doesn't happen as much, Tim. I don't know. It was like, man, there's blood like on so much of the plywood. I had to like sand it off, because no joke, I remember like right where the train's coming, right where this crossing is, right to the left of it where the train's just coming from, there's like a huge patch of blood because I did exactly that and continued working because I thought I wasn't bleeding very bad, and there was just blood absolutely everywhere. Oh, it was like it's just weathering. Oh man. The blood, sweat, and tears, right? Oh, but what else do I have on the to do? Oh yeah. Okay, so something else I have on the to do. Look into auto block detection. Is it worth it? Switch signal control. Small LEDs around the layout, or LCDs around the layout. So I got this system, and it's got two Quadro video cards. So what that means is Quadro is just like a series of graphics cards from Nvidia, which is a company that does graphics cards, and they allow you, like, these cards specifically are two display port outputs, which basically just is the type of cable it accepts. And so it'll do four monitors natively, and it's got room for two more cards, so I could do up to eight if I really wanted to. And I got it for free, so I took it home. And again, I'm not really. I try to not hoard stuff because I got really bad when I first got into the IT field and got into my career. Like, the stuff I had under the layout and in storage was just brutal. But I've gotten really much better about that. So I try not to bring stuff home anymore. But I couldn't resist, so I brought it home because I do have a dedicated PC for JMRI that I have under the layout. It's always on. It connects to just its own router, which actually connects to my home router, and I use kind of like I'm a guest Wi-Fi slash private Wi-Fi system. So if you have my private Wi-Fi, you can use JMRI and Y throttle. But if you're somebody who I'm not really sure about, then I kind of just like, oh, hold on, what's going on? My headlight is flickering on that's that steam locomotive. Let's just stop this and investigate momentarily. Oh, did it just burn out? Let's see. So, back LED works, but not front. So, interesting. Let's pull the boiler plate off. Here, let's just bloop. If I give it a wiggle. Interesting. I wonder if if it just like burnt out. LEDs typically last pretty long though. Yeah, it's soldered in there, so must have just. Oh, it's not soldered. Only one side's soldered. Interesting. That's too bad. Well, actually, I think I've got more here. That's too bad. It's the board, but typically when the DCC boards go, it's both LEDs. Not just, see, the back one still works. Yeah. Huh. Oh, I guess I have a little project now to look at. I'll just have to take that LED out and I'll test it on the bench and stuff. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. I don't typically have like too many issues. What I'm gonna do, and I did this. I did this. Come here. There we go. With the new Steam engine, is I actually soldered um, both leads instead of using this kind of. Oh no, it's okay. It's the connection. See? Oh, good. Oh, you can't see. My hand's in the way, Dave. Jesus. Why didn't anybody tell me when I wasn't looking at chat? Yeah, there we go. LED's fine. I'll just solder that up because I soldered both, but the Proto 2000 and I think the Athearn boards too. They use the slotted cap design. Let's see if I can show you without dropping this. Not that I care. Oh, look, that autofocus is back. Psych. Come on. There we go. Can we see it in the light? There we go. So there's a little slot in the cap. So you put the wire through a hole and then you put the cap over the wire and it kind of smushes the wires together. And the other side doesn't have a slot. It works not bad, but nothing compares to straight soldering. Yeah, the light was on. So I do have keep lives and everything, so they do flicker a little bit if they go through track, but that's all it is. You can see. Boop, doo. So if I hold it, I can't hold it good. It stops flickering if I hold it really still, which I can't. There we go. You so that's fine. Cool. Well, let's just replace these bad boys with the diesels. I'm just gonna take this guy off the track. We'll take the tender out, put him on the bench to be looked at, and tender can go there too. We'll just cheese this a little bit. Oh, get the boilerplate over there so it doesn't get lost either. I don't really care about that slotted cap, but it's here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to. So I did that with this guy. It's the way to go. You just put some shrink wrap on it or some heat shrink, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let me just disconnect these from the consist. Technically, it still runs smooth, Mark. I just want to point that out. Technically, it still runs smooth. All right, let's just go bring this over into the yard here. We can, and then we'll pick up the diesels and continue with that. I am gonna cheese this a little bit. I know, the hand of Dave. There, now they're closer together. Turn the stall tracks on. We're back in business. I do not know about MP series switch motors. No. Hey, John. Yes. I've been dreading. Oh no. I kind of missed that. Okay, well that's fine. We'll just say it's gonna go get some coal from the conveyor. So we're gonna pass this, then we'll back it in. Yeah, I meant to do that. I didn't miss the switch whatsoever. All right. We're just backing this bad boy in. Let's see if I did the double slip correctly. Psych, of course I did it correctly. I'd look like a dummy if I didn't though, wouldn't I? Line it up with the conveyor. So I didn't have room for like a coaling tower, so instead I have this little coal conveyor back there that dump trucks can fill up, and then it fills the tender. It's the perfect plan. What am I doing? I need to get the 2 diesels together. Oh, you know what's gonna cheese everybody off? If I do them cab forwards. Oh, that would be a big shame if everybody hated that. Let's do it. I'm doing it. Nose to nose. Of course that did work. What? Oh, these. I have a little coupler problem with one of these. Which one? They both. Oh, this one's super loose. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Super loose. Alright, well, that's fine. As long as I know what the heck is going on. I wonder if it'll still run. I guess we'll find out if it'll uncouple or not. Alright. Turn this guy off. Add it to consist. Turn it back on. Yep. Alright. Let's go get those cars. What is going on? Oh. I accidentally took that one out of consist. Hold on. Holy cannoli. Just turn the light on here. There we go. We're back. Yeah, you're right, Tim. You're right. If I turn around, the coupler would be a non-issue, but well, you know, that'd be too easy. All right. So let's see if we uncouple here at the top of the grade. Oh, the house is in, or the factory's in the way. I should bring my Should put the legs up one more. Oh, here we go. Oh, seems okay. Let's go hook up. Sorry, moving around all lot. I know everybody hates it, but man, I love nose to nose. Switch UP5 panels here. Here we go. Oh, somebody forgot to flip the mainline switch back into the yard. I wonder who that was. What am I doing? Backing this up. Okay. I was wondering why things were acting funny. It's because I have it on my UT4, I bet, yeah. We're just going to unplug that bad boy. Because it constantly tries to steal. Yes, yes. It all makes sense now. Multiple throttles. I'm fired. What is this, amateur hour? It's my first day on the job. Roger, I like that you support that these run nowadays. Yeah, 100%. Ran back then too. It's just the way it is. I think that looks so cool, nose to nose. I think only, and I'll be honest, only because I've always loved the black and white stripes on the end of the CP, and that's totally what's up here. Yeah, that's totally what's good here. All right, we're back. Let's get like a sick little view going in here. Oh yeah. I wish I had a little bit more height between the yard and this area. Yeah, the nose to nose. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. All right, here comes the shot. I am going to I'm gonna keep running for a little bit. We'll keep chatting. Wrap it up in a bit. Like, look how sick that looks. That's so sick. Oh yeah. One of the old Atherans that main line traded with me has the old wheels, the big chunky wheels, which is why the Walthos Proto 33-inch trucks are on there on the to buy list. But the other day, I it derailed going over the crossing and just absolutely took out those signs on the left, the speed limit and the whistle sign here. Like they're not straight. They're crooked, both of them. Oh, let's see. Can I? Oh, they're pretty glued on there. Oh, yikes. Okay, good enough. I'm not gonna. I don't want to break them off. But yeah, they're pretty. They just absolutely demolished Intermountains. Maybe it's. I know that the Walters Protos work. I've got them on quite a few cars. I know the Rapido ones don't work. Um, because Mainline had upgraded some of the stuff he gave me with the Rapido ones, I think, or maybe they're Intermountain. I don't know. I'll show you the wheels and I'll tell you what's going on. Okay, hold on. After this sick. Oh, look at this. So sick. It's a little fast. I'm going to slow it down by 2. It's a little fast. There we go. Oh, guys. How sick is that? It's sick. I'll answer myself. It's sick. Thanks. That was a kit that I made and I weathered myself. It's on speed step 14 now. 16 was a bit fast. I say sick as in cool or awesome or good or yeah, I don't know. It was just always my go-to phrase growing up and I never grew out of it. Okay. So I have this nice little bin of it's my rolling stock bin. So I got all my spare parts and my some couplers and wheels. Anyways, so like I don't know how I'm gonna show this off. All right, somebody remind me to take that off the track next time the train comes. By the way, I'm not looking at chat, so it would help if I look at the viewfinder to see if you can actually see my hand. So, oh, there's no light. Hold on, jeez, Dave. You'd think I'd learn. I've only been doing this like years now, right? I've only been doing YouTube for like forever. So, oh, you still can't see. These are old Athearn wheels or something. Like they're all like the flange is real small. They're big. Anyway, so I replace all of those, but let's see if I can show you. Let's go over to the bench. Let's go over to the bench. You'll be able to see on the bench. Oh, how am I gonna get the camera on the bench? Well, that's a hold on. Oh, you're coming back off the tripod, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's wrapped up in the tripod again. There we go. All right. Come sit down with me, guys. Oh. All right. So these are like the trucks and wheels that came on it. They don't run good on my track. They derail and they're bumpy. So I replaced them, but he had upgraded a bunch of them with like wheels just like this. They're brand new. They've got like they're almost like painted black inside. I don't know. I don't know what brand these are, but the problem is with the Pico switches, when they come, the flanges bridge this little gap. It just did it. It's doing it right now. It bridges the gap here, and it shorts it out. So for a long time, when I had the problem, I'd add nail polish, fingernail polish, just clear. But it gunks up all your stuff, and it adds debris. It adds debris onto your track, and then you got to clean your track more. So I stopped doing that, and I just really replaced the problem cars with those wheel sets that work. This truck talk is making. Are those Canadian Benny? Yeah, yeah. Main Line had them in some of the box cars, to weigh them down. 1989. That's older than I am. That's a 2000. Wow. 2003. Oh yeah. They should have never phased out pennies. That was a mistake. I'm just kidding. I don't really care. I remember that it was like a big thing though. I don't know. Nothing's pennies now. Dremel a gap. I don't want to do that. I respect it, and I'm sure you're like I agree that would fix it. But honestly, I just replaced like that. So right now, like I have no problems with any of my stuff. Right. So if I just replace the wheel sets on the problems that I have, which are other than the one box car. That's funny, Tim. Get out of the chat. Get out. Wait, you have 3 kids, right? You have 3 kids, Tim, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that adds up. That makes sense. That's why your dad jokes are so good. But no, I'm just gonna honestly, I'll just replace. I think there's one wheel on the CN flat car, of course, because it's CN. That bridges the gap like the oddest of times. Like out of like 4 laps, it'll do one switch. So. So I'm just gonna like that's why I've got the 2 sets of the Walthers. I might actually try to buy as many as I can get my hands on. Because now that I've purchased stuff from like Kingston Hobby Shop, and I've done Paris Hobbies down. I know James likes them lots. Um, yeah, the wide flange shorts it out. Yeah. So I just replace it with the Walthers Proto 33-inch wheel, and it looks good, and it runs good, and it doesn't short anything out. And they're like not expensive for the set. I don't even know. Hold on, let's check OVR. They probably don't have any in stock. That's why I haven't bought them yet. Oh, this is dangerous. So if I go on OVR, I'm gonna spend money I don't have. Let's see. Proto. Walther. We'll just say Walther's Proto. See, I even have the OVR. I'm sorry, guys. I love OVR. I truly love OVR, but their website is absolute garbage. Sorry, Lauren, if you're here listening. Your website sucks. Sorry. Let me specify what about the website sucks. The search function sucks, and it's slow as molasses uphill in January. The layout's good. The layout's fine. Everything else is fine. It's just this. I could even live with the slowness. The search function just doesn't work. Yeah, they don't have any in stock. What's the part number, Dave Walthers? It's 2000. 2003, yeah. So I'll have to find where I can buy some of these. Because I want the trucks and the wheels. I don't want just the wheels. I want the trucks too. Because it's just easier. It's just easier. Yankee Dabbler, show everyone the homepage. Why? What's the homepage? Oh yes, okay. I've looked at. I've even watched that, but all right, hold on. Where's the camera? Come here. If you guys haven't checked out our buddy, they make it like that. His video's featured on the homepage. Definitely check it out. And oh, sorry for anybody who wants to see my PC setup. Got the 3 monitors, the fancy RGB, fancy case. I do the whole racing sim. I got the HOTAS, the whole shebang. I like gaming. It's another hobby of mine. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick to that. Only because I think if I start having issues with like all of the wheels slash trucks, that would be different. But no, Yankee Dabbler is not in Canadian, and they hit you at the border. Although I got hip at the border when I ordered, because I like the way that they set up the TCS decoders, because they preload all the sound and stuff, and they offer the kits, and I like the kits. So I ordered the sound decoders for the GP35, so I have those 2 already. I got hit by the border when I got those, but then I ordered the decoder kit for the second steam engine, and I didn't get hit from that. But it's still expensive because USD do can't Canadian sucks. Tim, I only have the Logitech. Oh Jesus, the newer. It's the newerish one, not the direct drive. It's the PS5 one, 920. Yeah. I had the G27 for a long time, and then this is because there's like the G29 and then the 920, and one's the Xbox variant, one's the PS4, and I got the PS4 because technically there's like a couple more buttons, so I got that one instead. And then I've got it set up with the shifter, the 6-speed shifter. I've got the range and the range splitter on it for trucking, American Truck Sim, and I've got a handbrake for rally racing. Well, I'll show you. Let me turn on the main light, and you can see my console. I'm not really a console gamer, but I have all the consoles from when I was a kid. So I have it's on a piece of plywood and a board covered in felt with with grip. Oh my god, my brain's absolutely zooted, guys. Um, Clamps on each side, so I can just put it on my desk, and then it all goes into a USB hub. Then I got the original Xbox that's hacked. I got my N64 that's blue. You can see the blue controller. That's not hacked. That's original. My GameCube's hacked. Some laptops. I've got a Wii that's hacked. My Xbox 360 is original. I only have for my original Rock Band set. And then I've got the GX56s for the HOTAS. You can kind of see them hiding in there. And then yeah, so I just clamped them to my desk. And the HOTAS, I've just got Velcro so that I can just throw them on and they just work. But yeah, I'm a big. Oh, that was back when I had VR, Mark, I think, right? Yeah, man. Come check it out because I've got the 3 monitor setup. I used to do VR way back when, but my train layout kind of took my VR space. So I added sliders to all the furniture so that I can make more space, and then I just never ended up using VR for anything other than racing. And I do Star Citizen, but I also did Elite Dangerous for the HOTAS. So um, then I got the 3 monitor setup and just ended up doing the 3 monitors for everything. And so I stopped using the VR because it was so much easier to just put everything in 3 monitors and not have to put on everything. And I did get like my special glasses that would fit in the goggles and stuff. So I ended up selling my VR a couple of years ago, and now I just keep the multi-monitor setups. Oh man, what wheel do you have? I wonder if there would be anything that we could crossplay on that. Like I think is Forza like an older Forza crossplay maybe? I don't know. Anyways, guys, I think I am gonna kind of wrap it up there. I'm exhausted. Tomorrow's gonna be a huge day. Work has been absolutely nuts, and like I said, it looks like we're gonna get kiddo some tubes in his ears, uh which is honestly so fantastic. I feel so bad for the kid, and he deserves some relief. So I know I started late and been running for about an hour and 45 minutes, but oh, Forza is Xbox. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, hit me up. Hit me up. Yeah, yeah. Just message me whenever. No, no rush. But yeah, hit me up. We'll see if we can figure something out that works. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate all the support. Thanks for chatting, hanging out. We saw some technical difficulties. We just kind of saw a little bit of everything today. I do want to I've been kind of working on the project series, so I want to keep going with that. I want to actually make a project series for the ITLA building because that's going to be a big enough build that it's going to take me a while. So um, I just want to find a format that isn't super boring because like the 28-minute video, honestly, I wouldn't watch it. You kind of get bored, right? And that's understandable. I didn't get tons of views, and that's okay. So, just trying to find some formats that work. Uh, maybe I'll time lapse it or something like that. But thanks everybody for joining. I really appreciate all of your support, all your comments. Thanks for stopping by. Um, yeah, thanks, guys. So have a great Friday tomorrow. And until next time, enjoy your bacon.